Hello everyone, I'm Dante from Low Mana and welcome to another This Week in Anthem. Here I'll be running through all the news, updates, interviews and community spotlights that you should be checking out each week. Mark Darrah and Jon Warner have been carrying on with their seemingly endless AMA on Twitter. I've been through all of them and pulled out the ones I think either raise interesting discussion or new information. So starting with Jon, there are two questions that I think are worth looking at. The first is in relation to the Elder game, which outside of the name we know nothing about. Well, I guess it includes loot, so that's two things. Something that will heavily affect this and yet is a mystery is the skill or perk system. We already know that your pilot character has a general skill tree, and that each Javelin has an individual one. That progresses as you level up, all leveled separately. Jon has confirmed that just like your gear, your perks or skills are set in the Forge along with the Javelin loadouts. However, they are not interchangeable. You can respec your skills, but it will cost in-game currency to do so. I'm not too sure I like this, seeing as one of the major points of looter games is adapting to the loot and your environment. There is a reason most games remove this mechanic, as it's an arbitrary restriction. But again, we don't know how these trees work just yet. If they are the old traditional style, or a more modern take on the focuses of perks. I'd be interested to hear what you think about this. Back to the Elder game for just a second before I jump over to a huge number of tweets from Mark. We saw in the gameplay demo that a low level player was able to join 3 others at max level. Although not an exact representation, it does convey what they were aiming for. And in that vein, someone asked if low level characters were able to join max level friends doing Elder game activities. So yes you can, depending on what activity it is. Which makes a lot of sense, but means some of the lower level content is likely to take part in the Elder game. I kind of expected this to a degree, because of the crafting aspect and the world events remind me of a more dynamic version of world quests. If you've played any MMO, you will have a good understanding of these systems. So for Mark's tweets, starting with a topic related to the art of Anthem. Dark Horse Comics have revealed that they will be publishing a full art book along with developer commentary, giving us a look into both the original art and the thoughts behind the enemies, world and story of Anthem. An interesting side to this is where the question came in. Will any comics or additional media be supported as canon? Fortunately, Mark has confirmed this, which actually goes outside of Anthem and covers Dragon Age and Mass Effect, if and when they do more of these medias. As someone who has covered Overwatch lore for a couple of years at this point, I always want more of these. I don't think all lore should be told from the outside of the game, but if done well, it's an extremely strong way to convey an arc, or set up events or even explain past events that don't fit so well into the gameplay. I could really see an introduction to the current state of the world being done as a comic series, or telling specific points in the past that lead to the in-game environment. The next topic, which I know has been debated somewhat on places like Reddit and in the community discords, are players in the world. Mark has answered several questions that give us an idea of both how the open world experience works and how the servers in general. Well, Jon chipped in to confirm the server part, but still. So as Anthem is one of the new age shared world looter shooters, it comes with some expectations, which, rightly or wrongly, has been heavily influenced by what Destiny has been trying to do but too afraid to admit, an MMO. Anthem certainly isn't this. Yes, it will have community aspects, guilds, etc. But importantly, you won't be wandering around and bumping into lots of other players. That's not to say it can't happen, but we have confirmation that the server size matches the maximum group size of 4, which personally feels small. I was hoping for at least 8. However, I think I know why they've done this. The game itself has been confirmed to be running on dedicated servers, allowing all of the control to weather, events and that kind of stuff, which from my understanding will be the first game in the genre to do so, ironically making it the most stable in terms of PvP while not having it. So having more people in this world severely messes with the balance of everything. I'm a little unsure on how I think about this just yet, but my gut reaction is that I'd prefer they scale the balance of certain outdoor activities such as the world bosses if it means I'm more likely to bump into new friends while playing alone. Which as it happens is something else we've had confirmed. If you do want to play solo, there is an option to turn off being matched with others, allowing you to go out to the open to farm resources or just unwind to crush some Scar by yourself. although Anthem seems to be steering clear of the Holy Trinity, the tank, healer and damage dealers, pretty much everyone I speak to is curious if there will be some roles, and perhaps the Interceptor could be a support-focused Javelin. While we have no specifics, Mark did expand on this slightly. There will be no friendly damage. No surprise there, though the part I'm interested in is something I've thought since the cooling system was brought up at E3. It's only the damage part of abilities, so possible other effects can be transferred, using frost damage to cool jets for example, while opening up the chance for support abilities, or at least alternative uses for skills. Maybe we can burn away the webbing in the hive fight, for example. What kind of support abilities would you like to see? As always in This Week in Anthem, I want to highlight members of the community, starting with some more artwork. This time from Stillsuit, who you can check out on Twitter. They have some great artwork, including this gorgeous piece of a storm. For my community spotlight, I've got a channel called Hypervice. He recently made a short video covering everything you need to know about the basics on the Anthem loot, while we wait for the next update. As always, links to both of these are in the description below. And finally, before we wrap up, I have a couple of announcements. First, I will be a guest on Enter the Javelin over at Lupo to the Rescue's Mixer channel, on Monday at 9 PM Eastern, which will be posted on his YouTube later in the week. And secondly, I now stream myself over at Twitch. Right after this goes live, I'll be over on my channel, I am Darrah, so come hang out and we can talk about Anthem over some games. If you enjoyed this episode, please leave a like, or a dislike if you prefer. You can subscribe to support the channel, and hit that little bell for notifications. But until next time, I've been Darrah, thanks for watching.